Hey guys, I'm David. The obsession to use. Rehabs teach, that the disease of addiction is mental, physical, and spiritual. And I think in that knowledge, a lot of times, the spiritual aspect of it is the last thing to kind of get consideration in the equation. Mentally, the obsession to use is truly a driving force, but that's the brain can be reprogrammed. It needs to be reprogrammed by changing thought processes. When those thoughts to use come in, then you replace it with something better, more appropriate, preferably spiritual. But it's a process of reprogramming. And then the physical compulsion for using is tremendous as well. But on the spiritual side of, and some drugs are obviously clearly way more physical in nature than others. But on the spiritual side of things, as far as the physical compulsion to use, spiritually, using the tools of fasting and prayer are tremendous. Because fasting is a process of taking control of your flesh. The flesh wants what it wants, and the flesh wants pleasure. So by fasting, you're presenting to God that you're crucifying the flesh. And through prayer, you're crucifying the flesh and letting Christ know that He's in control. And He has all power. And He has the power to crush the addiction. And He will help you to do that if you're willing to submit to fasting and prayer. Hard, difficult thing to do, but the rewards are tremendous in the battle against addiction. So I'm just raising that point to let you know, as someone who has done it, it's a great help in beating any addiction. Smoked cigarettes for 20 years. Enjoyed every cigarette I ever smoked. But when I got it in my mind to quit, it was time to quit. And it's no different with anything else, whether it's, name the drug, alcohol, no, same thing. Opiates, cocaine, amphetamine, whatever. What drug it is doesn't matter. They're just characteristic differences between drugs as far as physical suffering. Some drugs don't have that component. But at the end of the day, if an addiction is destroying your life, it's destroying your life. So you got to find a way to dig yourself out of that hole. And I'm just pointing out that God, Christ Jesus, is the most powerful tool to utilize. And at the same time, unfortunately, it's one of the most overlooked tools in the battle of addiction that there is. While Conversely, at the same time, any rehab that you go into, one of the first things they're going to tell you is you need to get a higher power. You know, you need to get the God of your understanding. So that's the first thing they're going to tell you in any rehab that you go to. Yet, throughout that rehab process, that tends to be one of the least emphasized components of your recovery journey, which is bizarre if you think about it. Not that there's, 12-step is great, AA is great, NA is great, all wonderful things, but the spiritual component to it, the God component to it, I think still gets grossly overlooked and underestimated. So it's a long journey. It can be a long journey. Sometimes relapses are part of that journey, unfortunately. But don't get discouraged. If you fall down, you get back up and you rejoin the race and you keep trying. Because the only people that lose are the ones who quit. Truly. And it's sad. The lives lost, it's sad. But it's doable. You can do it. Keep fighting. Use God, use Jesus to help you fight the battle. God bless. Take care.